In this week's Torah portion, we read about the building of the tabernacle in Terumah from the book of Exodus. This begins one of the longer narratives that we find in the Torah, a narrative that describes the giving of gifts that Moses asks for from the Israelites so that they can begin to amass the materials they need to build that tabernacle, that ancient desert sanctuary where our people gathered and where God's presence dwelled in the desert. It's very full of details. It's extremely detail-oriented. 50 loops of this, 10 cubits of that, and so on and so forth. When we look around our own tabernacle, Bet Shalom, this beautiful building that we together have built, we see many details as well. You may remember from my D'var Torah last week that we had a ceremony at our front door and at our religious school door to rehang our mezuzahs. These are details that are important, that go way back in tradition. Mezuzahs have been hung on doorposts for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and they've always been hung at the top third of the doorpost. But we, in thinking about these details and in acknowledging our Reformed Jewish philosophy, understand that a tradition sometimes has to be changed if it excludes some of the people in our community. The community is always more important than one individual custom or tradition. And so we began last Sunday with the front door and the religious school door. And over the next 2 weeks, our children in our religious schools, in our religious school classrooms, are going to be hanging mezuzahs on 31 more doors in our building. Not all the way up in the top third of the door frame, but about 6 inches below the top third, about 50 inches from the ground, so that everyone can have access to them. This is our tabernacle, our sanctuary, and we too need to pay attention to the details, to beautify it, and to give all of our best as we think about it, but also to consider what is best for the community. How can we reach everyone and not get stuck in the details?